Hello, my name is Joe Peters. I'm an HVAC service technician with ARS Heating and Cooling. The process of getting in the field, there's a couple different ways you can go. One, you can go to a technical college and you can go get a degree in this as far as like a technical certification, or you can go and do an apprenticeship through a company. For most entry level, you're going to get anywhere from $35,000 to maybe $50,000 a year. Now, if you can sell, say you're transitioning from a job where you have to talk to customers a lot and you have to get them to agree to a dollar amount, you can make upwards of $100 grand a year just based off of that skill alone. So people skills is definitely important in this field. A typical day, we'll get anywhere from 3 to 7 service calls where we have to drive to the house and perform the service, whether it be a maintenance, a diagnostic, or say we're doing a repair that we're doing that day. The main 3 things that we're going to do is you're going to drive a lot, so hopefully you're comfortable driving for long periods of time. 2, you're going to be dealing with people in and out throughout your day. So if you're a shy person or you're not necessarily a people's person, this might not be the career field for you. And then the last thing is you're going to have some sort of financial responsibility here at the company as far as collecting payments. Sometimes you'll have to collect cash. You need to turn that in, and you need to make sure that it's all turned in because you are responsible for it once you run that call. The biggest challenge is even once you get comfortable in your job and you think you're top dog and you know everything, something's going to come along and knock you down. Something's going to come along and you're not going to be able to figure it out. So the hardest thing is constantly having to evolve your skill and continue your education while maintaining a full workload. But the most rewarding part of it is when you show up to a problem and the solution pops up in your head, the customer wants to do it, and then you perform the solution and it actually is the 100% fix and the system's fine. That's, in all honesty, the biggest reward for me as a technician, because I know I'm doing something good by helping them out and leaving them in a better spot than when I showed up. The characteristics of somebody that's going to be successful in this field is, like I said, at the very beginning, you have to be a people's person. You have to. The second is you have to be hungry for knowledge, and you have to be hungry for, income, because most of the companies now are commission-based. When that happens, the more you promote, the more the upgrades or small preventative things you could do for a system that you can make the customer see the benefit in doing. Not necessarily just telling them they need to, but you have to give them the benefit of their recommendations. If you can do all of those things, then you'll go really far. But the other thing you have to remember is you continuously have to increase your knowledge in this field. There's always new things coming out, and you're always going to have to deal with that. The trends in the industry right now is we're going to more high efficiency, more inverter driven boards and stuff like that. In all honesty, it just means the boards are getting smarter. Some of our diagnostics are getting a little bit easier. Some of them are getting a little bit harder. You're going to have to start checking a lot more things now that you're dealing with a higher advanced computer board, because it's doing the job. So once you get into this point of it, that's the trend that we're noticing, is that everything's starting to increase its technology and increase its efficiency. The advice I would give somebody is this: if you're interested in this career, it's definitely a beneficial career. It's not something that I would say someone should pop in for 5 to 6 years and then decide, if you decide this isn't for you, that's fine. But at the same time, this is also a career field. There is always room for you to grow in this field. There's always room for you to advance. So my advice being, you show up on time, look nice, be in company uniform,